Hi everybody, thank you very much for joining me for this tarot read. We're going to go ahead and jump on into it and get started. So I'll remind you guys too, this is going to be a general read, so it may or may not resonate with you. Take whatever messages feel right. Those are going to be the ones that are meant for you. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read. Synchronicity. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I definitely do see as somebody making some sort of a change in their life, it does involve some sort of spirituality. I don't feel like they're necessarily moving into a spiritual career. I have the distinct impression that this is like someone they're talking to while they're sort of moving through this transitional period in their life. I do feel like there's like a finding clarity here. Somebody making some sort of a big change. I do feel like there's going to be a thinking sort of about the past, things that happened in the past, like a reflecting on their behavior as well, and sort of finding a new perspective. I see the word ownership in my mind too, so I do feel like this person is going to start taking ownership of things that they did in the past, and it may even be in relationships and relationships that happened in the past, romantic. This could be with family, it could be with friends as well. I do feel like somebody's finally finding some sort of a perspective, clarity, on taking responsibility. Whatever it was to in the past with this relationship, the things that they're reflecting on, I do feel this effort card definitely speaks to that too. And like this person is going to realize they didn't put a lot of effort in, or they didn't put enough, like not even give and take in their relationships. There was more take than there was give. Like somebody was very compassionate with them during a period of time that they are reflecting on. And it was like this, that was this give, that was part of the generosity that somebody gave to them, and they didn't appreciate it at the time. They didn't recognize it at the time. I feel like they were in more of a dark place, or sort of within dealing with their own demons, wrestling with their own demons. Whoever they're talking to now, this compassion card definitely applies to that too. So I feel like a lot of people, if they opened up to them about what they did in the past, would sort of shut them down or judge them. Do you feel like whoever this spiritual career card reflects, this person who they're talking to, has been very compassionate and very understanding, and has actually played a big part in allowing this person to truly sort of explore their behavior from the past and to find that recognition. I keep getting like ashamed or embarrassed. So I'm not sure exactly what they did in the past, but it definitely is something that they're not proud of. This is a time for change for this person though, especially with this self-discipline card. This is like a time for this person to really get it together. I do believe part of their journey is finding their own spirituality. I do feel that this has played a huge part in them being able to desire change, and sort of giving them the strength to move forward in this journey, finding change, like finding some sort of trust, some sort of everything happens for a reason. Like if they can sort of turn this around and find this within themselves, it'll be like redeeming. It is a rebirth for this person trying to change their life. I almost wonder if they didn't have addiction issues with this self-discipline, with this moderation here, being able to sort of keep themselves in check from doing whatever they did in the past. Do you feel like it definitely, the self-love is part of their journey too? They weren't a very happy person. When whatever they did in the past, I do feel like it's going to tie into a relationship with another energy. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure if this is a romantic relationship, or if this is with family, if this is with friends. But I do feel like they were very unhappy within their own life. Addiction may have had something to do with it. They were definitely a taker in the past. This person, they're not proud of it, but I do feel like there's a level of awareness now that somebody else has helped them to find. I do feel like it's spiritual counseling too that they're getting. Some sort of spiritual counseling. So if this is, it might be a priest, it might be a reverend, it could be somebody else. It definitely is helping to bring about a time of personal growth for this person, and a sort of awareness of their own behavior, their own choices, sort of what they've done to others. And it is a time for them to get healthy as well, because the way that they were living their life before, whether it was with some sort of addiction, but definitely mentally and emotionally it was not healthy because they didn't have this self-love. They didn't love themselves. They didn't really have those core values to lean on and sort of live their life based around that. Do you have this parenting card? This parenting card does not just mean that this person has children. This person was somebody, I feel that very distinctly in this card, who is like other people felt like they had to look after. And it was part of their lack of self-love. It was part of their lack of self-control and self-awareness. And so people felt like they had to look out for them to try and keep them out of trouble. And it is what they're moving away from, because like I feel with this person, and this might not resonate for all of you and the people that you've been dealing with, you're going to know if this read is meant for you. This person is actually finding themselves. This person is actually recognizing, what they put other people through the way that they were living, whether that includes addiction or not. Definitely being able to find that level of awareness and pushing for change in their life. This person does desire change. And definitely their spirituality is playing a huge part in this. It's like, I don't know if they just joined a church or they just joined a religion or whatever this is, but this spiritual awakening is like the core of them being able to change, to manifest positive change in their life. We're going to grab some of the Rider-Waite cards. So these guys are going to clarify this read. And pay attention to all the numbers here in the cards with these numerology cards. They might have sort of like a special meaning to you. You're going to know which ones are meant for you there. I do feel like this person hit rock bottom. And these cards are definitely speaking to that part of this rock bottom. You know what? And that would make sense where the spirituality comes in, is like where this person had sort of like felt like they had nowhere to turn. Right, they kind of just like destroyed their life, destroyed connections with others. I do feel like whoever this spiritual person is, this might have been somebody they turned to in their hour of need, sort of hitting that rock bottom. And it was someone who was willing to offer them a hand. Offer them a hand, not fix their problems, but offering to sort of help them to help themselves, to find their own inner strength and to take back control of their life. But part of that is facing their past and dealing with everything that happened in their past, the people that they wronged, the choices that they made. I do feel like this person, this spiritual figure who they're speaking with, this person who's sort of helping to counsel them through this, is actually helping them to face that, like very patiently sort of walking them through that. And it's like not making excuses. I keep seeing that too, where like they would be having a discussion and they would sort of be making excuses, and this person would call them out and be like, no, like what really happened? Like, come on, be objective. What did you really do? What were your true intentions at the time? I feel like this person they're very kind, they're very patient, and they're very much helping this person to sort of set aside any kind of residual BS that they might have to try and alleviate guilt, and really helping them to recognize like the core of what they did to others. Like no hiding it, no lying to themselves, no lying to others. It's time to bring these emotions forward and to deal with them. I do feel like these are going to be some of the relationships that this person was dealing with. This Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who's nurturing. This is somebody who's extremely kind, somebody who's caring, somebody who's giving and generous. I do feel like this is part of who they burned in the past, at least one person. I feel like there were multiple people along the way. I do feel this Queen of Swords energy, again, speaks to that. Somebody who got burned in the past. This is somebody who didn't appreciate being lied to. Somebody who definitely valued that truth, honesty, and integrity. When they realized sort of what was going on, or that this person was being dishonest, or sort of got pulled into this addiction, I do believe they severed ties as well. I feel like there's multiple people in the past who they could probably use an apology for everything that's gone on. I feel like people tried to tell them at the time too, like multiple people in their life had tried to, sit them down and talk to them about what they were doing, how they were living their life, how it was affecting the people around them. I feel like they met that, with this Knight of Swords energy, like a fight. Everything was a fight. They had an answer for everything. They were not willing to hear any kind of a truth in their life, not willing to take responsibility or recognize that they had manifested the situation, that they had made those choices with their behavior, and that's what brought the situation about. I also believe that they did use manipulation at times to try and get away with shit, and that does include lies too. To try and keep whatever situation going on for as long as possible so that they could keep living the same lifestyle that they were living. I always a balancing act though. I get that a lot with this Two of Pentacles. This juggling. This person like juggling lies, juggling relationships around them, everything to sort of feed into what they want. And I do believe that for some people this is going to be addiction, so that they could keep getting what they wanted. They were sort of trying to build this little world around themselves where they would always sort of get what they want, never really wanting to face the truth. In this King of Swords, I feel a lot of truth, honesty, and integrity. I don't feel it in this read, it's speaking to where this person was at the time. I get pulled back to the spiritual career with it. And it's funny because this King of Swords is somebody who's usually not very emotionally. He's sort of emotionally cold at times. Same with the Queen of Swords, the Knight, the Page. Swords is more about logic. But I do feel it applies to who he's speaking to, and somebody who is really making this person face their truth. Like, no sugarcoating anything when you're talking. It's like, no hiding it. Be honest. Be honest. What happened? Be honest with yourself. Lay it out there bare so it can get dealt with. And I do feel part of these relationships in the past will be romantic relationships. I don't feel like all of them are. I feel like there's multiple bridges that they burn. I do feel family ties into it. I do feel friends tie into it. But I feel like the people who tried to speak to this person most to try and help them sort of see what they were doing, how their behavior was affecting other people, really trying to help them bring about change in their life and have that aha moment. I feel like it was people in romantic relationships. These were people who wanted to emotionally invest in this person, who wanted to build a life with this person. And so they truly did try to help bring about a change. But this person wasn't ready to deal with their demons yet. They weren't ready to bring everything forward and recognize their own personal truths and to take responsibility. I do feel like there was a distinct time when this person too sort of like shunned spirituality, and it was in this time that was going on. I don't know if they've been through something where they were like angry at maybe God or something. I feel like there is like this huge block against like anything spiritual, anything to do with the church or religion or any kind of anything, and it was during this time too. So I don't know if this was some way that they grew up and then something happened to them and they sort of, they said they blamed religion or blamed God or whatever it was. But I feel like there was a distinct turning away from faith at some point in time. And when they hit rock bottom, and that would explain why they came back around to it, because it was something that was familiar with them. And they found somebody who was willing to reach out and to help. And I do believe it restored their faith. Part of what they're facing though too are burdens that they caused other people. And that's what this line of cards, these three cards are speaking to. They caused a lot of burdens to someone. Whoever this Queen of Wands energy is, somebody from their past. I keep getting the word like mother in my mind, so I feel like this is going to be more of a family connection. This is not going to be a romantic connection. I do feel like they caused this person a lot of heartache over the years. There might have been sort of even more burdens that went along with it, perhaps financial burdens or other things. I feel like they really, really burdened this person over the years. There is definitely a need to make amends here. And I don't believe they're going to have that chance. I feel like this person is probably passed on, which might have been the rock bottom trigger here. And it's like now they can't make it right. I do feel a lot of grief in these cards over everything that happened. I do feel like there's now we can't make it right. Now we can't fix it. I feel like this is part of the emotions that they have to deal with, the emotional things that they have to accept. In this Page of Cups, I do see an emotional offering. I do see some sort of an apology, but it's symbolic, because I do feel like this person's passed. They cannot physically talk to them anymore. So I do feel like they're going to have to do something that is symbolic in a way that's going to have to sort of help them to make peace with this situation. This is going to be part of their healing, part of their moving forward as well. I feel like I'm not the only person to say this. Tarot's not the only person to say this. I feel like this is part of what the person who is helping them, the spiritual counselor, has been saying to them too. And I feel like this is a time too to think about the legacy, their legacy. What do they want to leave behind? What do they want to be remembered for? What kind of a life do they want to build? What do they have to offer others? They want to offer to others. They want to make peace. They want to make amends. They have now gotten to this point where they're a lot more self-aware, and they want to build abundance in their life. They want to have like the opposite of the life that they built for themselves now. This person has really got it together. And they're very much embarrassed and ashamed by their past. It's not something that they're proud of. And they're really wanting to sort of move away from that and rebuild and find more positivity. And I feel like they're actively working towards it. And part of that is going to be facing lies. Is going to be facing sort of their past. That this King of Wands ties into it too. I don't feel a family member. I feel like this is more belonging to this energy of this person. And like this is somebody who feels like they don't have much to offer right now. Because like this rock bottom thing, this building their life back up. Because I think they did a number on their life. Not just to the relationships around them, but I feel financially they got themselves in a really rough spot. They might even have a sort of like a criminal record and having trouble sort of finding a job and rebuilding. Because I feel like a lot of times this King of Wands, the Queen of Wands can represent somebody who's very attractive. We have this in reverse, so I feel like this person is like really having a hard time attracting some sort of abundance, some sort of success. Like they feel like they don't have much to offer. Their lies are definitely holding them back, things from the past. So I was feeling there might be a criminal record here this person has to answer for. It does definitely limit their options. As soon as these secrets are revealed, when they do go to rebuild, when they do go to get a job, they gotta tell somebody, yeah, like this happened in my life. So I do feel like in a way this makes them feel like they're limited in their options. And I do feel like there is an option out there for them. I do feel like there's something to do with law enforcement. There's something to do with the court system. There's something to do with balance. I don't know if this is going to be something like speaking to others about sort of their story and what they went through, or if this is going to be taking some sort of ownership of things from the past, being able to take responsibility, to sort through whatever and try to make things right, to have a fresh start as well. The Hangman says that this person can build abundance in their life. This person can find success. They can move on from the past. They can heal and find some sort of a positive legacy to move forward with. The only thing that can possibly hold them back are, their fears, their doubts, and their insecurities, keeping them from making the change, keeping them from making choices and taking risks. I do feel like like I said, I keep getting pulled back to this Justice card, like something within the court system still exists in this person's future or within law enforcement, and it's something that they need to sort of own up to, find some initiative to take part in. And it's going to help to bring a balance about so that they can move on and move forward to the next stage of their life. We are going to grab one of these Moonology cards. So this is going to be our energy card for the read. So we have Attuned to the Divine, and this is an absolutely perfect card because this person is definitely on a spiritual path. This person is finding healing. This person is finding recognition in what they've been through in their life. And spirituality is a huge part of it. They grew up, and I do believe that faith was a big part of the way that they were raised. Whatever happened, they sort of pushed themselves away from that. They sort of rejected it. And then in this time of need, this time of crisis, this time of rock bottom, this person came back to it. And it was within that faith and that spirituality that this person was able to find the strength to change. The strength to be able to look at themselves very honestly and see a lot of shit that they really didn't like, and to be able to recognize it, confront it, and then try and find a way to change it and be a better person moving forward. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed the read. If you did enjoy it, if you found value in it, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. It definitely helps the channel out. Have a great day guys. Take care.